Hey guys, what is up? Fly here. Welcome back to the channel. So today on the Devblog, air quotes, we have a new Japanese tank to look at, or is this another boat? Like you know, there's going to be a point in War Thunder where we can't, you know, divide boats and tanks because at its current state, now I'm being very, you know, exaggerating here and dramatic, but at its current state right now, this could be a War Thunder boat. Like, I don't know, like the release of all these War Thunder boats and then this beach patrol thing with these sexy ass propellers in the ass. I have a big identity crisis with War Thunder right now. But anyways guys, so this is the Type 2 Kami Beach Patrol, a new Japanese tank. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna read the Devblog, or just, you know, the highlight portions of it, then go over the specs, and then maybe talk about I don't fucking know. This is the craziest, you know, looking tank I've ever seen. Well, there's other crazy ones. One thing though, before we go any further in today's video about this Beach Patrol Babe Watch machine, this is just about marketing and War Thunder, and you feel free to skip it, but it's just on my mind and I want to share it with you guys. I don't think War Thunder understands how to market. A lot of their success has because of you guys. A lot of word of mouth, a lot of, you know, people saying, hey, play this game, check it out, this game is free to play, check it out, which is a great approach. Word of mouth is the best way to get things out there. Maybe I'm just looking too much into this, but from a consumer viewpoint, now me and you might think differently. You know, some people really love low tier stuff, and some people really like high tier stuff. What I'm trying to get at is that they're not showing us the up and down scale. They're only showing us, you know, with the War Thunder boats, you know, we only have reserves and low tier ones. They're not showing us what could be. And even with Japanese tanks, they're not showing us what could be. I think they need to take a different approach from doing A to B and maybe just, you know, mix it up a little bit. Show us, you know, what we can expect in the future. I mean, this Beach Patrol thing is fucking awesome, don't get me wrong, but I would like to see what could potentially be tier 5. Now, maybe the Devblog is not ready. Maybe they don't even have it ready, you know, kind of sort of thing. But just, you know, food for thought. What's happening with, you know, higher tier ships? What's happening with higher tier Japanese tanks kind of thing? Just my thought. Anyways, so let's continue on with the Type 2 Kami Beach Patrol. This looks fucking awesome. So first off, it looks pennable by a fucking pea in a straw. It has 2 propellers on the back. It says, the Devblog says, today we would like to talk about the Japanese Type 2 Kami tank, the most mass-produced Japanese amphibious tank in the history of World War II. Well, I have never heard about this tank before. Mitsubishi engineers created this light tank on the orders of the Navy. Japanese military sailors needed a tank capable of landing near the shore and independently reaching the coast, maintaining its seaworthiness in rough water. So pretty much this was a amphibious vehicle that would launch from the destroyers, the heavy cruisers, I don't know what would carry it, and would go on the shore to invade. And with knowing that Japanese tanks in World War II had very thin armor because of the terrain they had to fight on, this one has to be even fucking lighter, man. It's amphibious, it has to float. It has to be buoyant. So yeah, this is a island hopping tank. It's got a cannon, it's got a machine gun, it's got some armor to keep bugs out, then it's got a propeller. Before we move on to the specifications of the Type 2 Kami and how it might work in War Thunder, they mentioned that this was the most mass-produced Japanese amphibious vehicle or amphibious tank in the history of World War II. Not to sound too America, but only 180 of these were ever built, which is still a good number of tanks. But just to put in perspective, now not all of these are, you know, tanks, but the LVTs in World War II from America, 19,000. Yeah, that sounds pretty damn biased. But hey, facts are facts. So in War Thunder, the Type 2 Kami has been recreated in its ground warfare form. Like the American Sheridan, tank cannot swim. Okay, so we have, I don't understand some things, man. We have an amphibious tank that they're talking about being amphibious. We have propellers on the back, but the tank can't swim. Hopefully it's just not coded yet to swim, because there's no point of adding, I don't know, man. I'm losing my wit sometimes with War Thunder. I don't get it, you know. That's like saying, hey, here's a hot dog. Just kidding, it's not a hot dog. I don't know. Maybe I'm taking a little bit. Maybe I'm looking too big at this picture. Continuing on, the Kami is a light tank in the lower ranks of the Japanese armored vehicle tech tree. It is armed with a Type 1 37mm cannon, with an ammunition complement of 132 shells, along with a couple of 7.7mm machine guns. Good to hear that this thing has a 37mm cannon. Now, one question that I have for you guys, and maybe just in general, is do the Japanese have, you know, APHE? Because if they do, I don't care how little armor they have. If they have APHE shells or APBC or APC, I don't know, well, just if they have any explosive filler, I don't care how much armor the Japanese tanks will have. Because as you guys know, the British tanks, they are good if you play them a lot and understand, and you know, but the AP in War Thunder just stinks. You know, so many times where you should pen, or you do pen, you hit the ammo, it doesn't do anything. And without that explosive filler, War Thunder thinks that, I think I've said this before in past videos, War Thunder thinks explosions make explosions, which is true, but also heat does. And when you have an AP round going supersonic into the side of a Panther's ammo, everything turns black and no shrapnel is derived from it. It sucks. So, I'm going a little rant today. Now, so hopefully the Japanese have a APHE round. Now, at a 37mm, I don't think so. I think this will be a standard AP round, but we'll just have to wait and see. A little bit more about the Kami is that the tank armor is characteristic of the light Japanese tank from the early war period and is 6 to 12mm in thickness. So 50 cals will be able to pen this, T-17s, M2A2, so have a lot of fun with that. But it has 4 crew members. That's pretty decent. So it might be hard to one-shot this thing. It just depends on where all the crew sits, but it will be easy to follow up without having really much armor. They finish off by kind of saying the Type 2 Kami's commander must keep in mind the tank's thin armor, careful calculate their ammunition complement before battle. The ammo rack is located dangerously below the crew, and the tank's armor can't stop an enemy anti-tank round. I actually think that's going to be a plus for the Type 2 Kami to have all of the 132 possible ammo underneath the crew. That kind of sounds like the T-34 setup. And with being such a low tier tank, the players that are starting off their War Thunder careers are going to have really no idea, you know, to shoot there, at least initially. And by the time they do understand to shoot there, they'll be already in potentially a higher BR. So if the ammo is stuck below the crew where their feet are on top of it, that makes sense, kind of like the T-34. I think this is going to be a 2-shot tank if you don't have an explosive round for it. But oh my gosh, wow. So with that understanding of the 6 to 12, if your tank has a strong enough cannon, just shoot at that 6mm thick armor with high explosive, and the tank should be bye-bye. Wow. So this is gonna be, I think this is gonna be a fun tank to play. Oh yeah, here's a finishing statement. Japanese tanks are very unusual and add a range of exciting moments to our favorite game. Keep an eye on our devblog and be the first to find out news about the Japanese armored vehicle tech tree. So I'm very excited about this tank to be added into War Thunder, but on the other side of the spectrum, I have no fucking idea why they're gonna add a hot dog but not give us a hot dog. This is an amphibious tank. It has a propeller. Hopefully I'm misreading the translation to RU to English in that they're working on putting it in to be amphibious. But maybe that statement down here has been recreated in its ground warfare form. But wouldn't the ground warfare form not have propellers on it? I don't know. So guys, I will keep you updated on the new tanks for the Japanese that are being released on the devblog. Also, I really haven't covered many ships that have been released via devblog because they're not that interesting to me. But if once one spikes my interest, I will definitely let you guys know. Guys, have a great day, and until next time, peace out.